Hey, what's up, witches? It's me, Luna, and I am here. My plans, my loose plans for today got preempted because I got a gift deck, and so you get a bonus reading this week or a bonus unboxing. And I feel like I look a mess, but it doesn't matter because it's all about the deck. This is a gift from Tavia, and if you've been on live streams, you've seen her wonderful astrological contributions in the readings. Excellent woman. She's a friend in real life. She's a great supporter of the channel and one of my patrons, and she's gifted me with many wonderful decks and books, and I'm so grateful. So this showed up on my porch, and I went, what's that? Luna, I saw this deck online and thought of you. As no frills as an indie deck gets, the box doesn't fit. I put the gold ribbon on it so it wouldn't open during mailing. The ribbon fell off during mailing, and it was all in bubble wrap. So still a fun idea, and I'd love to hear your comments. An unboxing, no question from me, just enjoy. All right. I am aware of this deck, but I haven't seen the whole thing. And when I did see it, it was quite a while ago, so I don't really remember. It's The United States of Tarot by Elena Lee McCune. And we have a little LWB, and you see what she means that the box doesn't fit. So, you know, no problem. It'll go in a bag. Welcome to the United States of Tarot. The inspiration for this deck came upon Donald Trump's election in 2016. You know, the tragedy that launched at least two great channels that I'm aware of, Revealing Light Tarot with Marianne, and the other one, she's another Aussie woman, and she's wonderful, and I'll probably look it up and put it down here so you know, because they both launched their channels to address what was going on in the U.S. All right. My husband and I were talking about the election results when he mentioned that the Trump Tower would be a good representation of the tower in a tarot deck. Our conversation eventually led to the idea of creating a tarot deck mixing political figures and American history and following the traditional system of tarot. I have studied tarot for several years, enjoying the artwork, psychology, and guidance that can be found. After taking a workshop in tarot deck creation and developing my concepts further, I began recruiting talented freelance artists from around the world. I provided research into card meaning, history, and politics, as well as the card concept, while the artists used their talent to bring my ideas to life. This deck solely represents my own political opinions and biases, and not that of any artist, production company, or potential publisher. The art is all original art produced from each artist and adheres to all copyright laws. The use of famous likenesses is not based on any picture that is copyright protected. I have so much gratitude and respect for my extremely talented artists: Emmanuel Vasquez of the Philippines, Daniela Svetan of Serbia, Victoria Davidova of Ukraine, Joanna Rzepinska from Poland, the belated Romulo Romi Miklat of the Philippines, and especially the invaluable Jean Mark of Serbia, who, besides producing lovely art, gave me guidance during the long journey of completing this project. Jean Mark and I both chose to use a pen name for this deck. Okay, so that's the asterisk. I must also thank my husband Craig, pen name also, for giving me the idea for this deck, his own contributions, and his love and support. Also a shout out for my daughter, who has believed in me all the way. I love you, Pickle. So then she talks about introduction to the tarot, the structure of it, the major, and then we're just right into the card meanings. We're not going to get any more information about the author because they are anonymous in this deck. What a shame that that has to be the case. It's chunchy. I'm going to say that. It is fucking massive. Look at that. Cannot get my hand around. Cardstock feels linen-y. There's like a linen feel to it, but, oh, okay. I just happened to pull that off the back, and I want to show it to you. Let me see. Do they reference this card? No. All right. So the cardstock has sort of a, it's not linen though. I'm looking at it. in the light, and I don't see that linen thing, but it has that feel to it. There's like a texture-y. This is the card that was at the back of the deck, and it says Elena Lee McCune, Tarot Creator. But we know that's an alias. So we'll set that aside. Okay, I think I've gotten all my throat clearing out of the way as well. But you see the backs of the cards. And what I wanted to say is that, you know, the card stock is super heavy, just really super heavy. So not looking forward to the shuffle, but that's beside the point. So here we have the back. And we have the White House, obviously in reversible form. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, so I will pause for a moment to say if you are a magat, megamaniac, whatever you want to call yourselves, you may want to click away right now. If somebody comes at me in the comments about others, you know, the other side, both sides kind of things, you will be bounced. This is my party room. I get to say who gets to stay. So off we go. Here's the Fool, and we have a MAGA hat wearing dude bro, coming out of a voting place. So clearly with the MAGA hat, he's just voted for them, and he's about to step off a cliff. Wow. So that naivety of thinking you're doing a great thing, or you're voting your emotions, you know, and you're about to take us off a cliff. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be fun and kind of terrifying. Here's the Magician. Look at this image. There's Putin. I don't know. Oh, that's Rasputin. Rasputin. Holy shit. And pulling the strings of his little puppet. Wow. I don't even want to say his name. I don't even want to have that name in my mouth. Blah, blah. Forward into light. Here's the High Priestess. It says votes for women. Yes. A suffragette as the High Priestess. I mean, so far, this is awesome. I'm not sure. Well, I am sure how I feel about this too. There's Melania. To turn to the Empress and see her, I feel like, but look at the handcuffs. The sparkly, shiny, golden handcuffs, even though there's silver here. Look at the bird in a cage, all gussied up, but chained and bound. Oh my goodness. But again, we do get a real sublimation of the Empress card energy and meaning. I want to take a look in the book here and just see what she says about it. And so this, right away, this becomes a deck that is its own context, even though we're using the structure of the tarot. That right there would mean I don't use this for, you know, regular readings. This woman is the archetype of the Earth Mother. A positive Empress is nurturing, compassionate, and mothering to a fault. She may represent you, your own mom, or a motherly figure in your life. A negative meaning of the Empress indicates a woman who's unhappy with her role in life, who is over-controlling and can sometimes be materialistic and shallow. First Lady Melania Trump is the model for this card. She is shown in a beautiful golden room, looking glamorous in with her wildlings beside her. However, take notice of the bird nearby in the gilded cage, the teardrop on her cheek. Ooh, I didn't see that. And the jeweled handcuffs. Wow. Oh. Well, it follows as the night the day, as they say. If you're going to have her for the Empress, of course you'd have to have him for the Emperor. Oh, look at this. Is this the Declaration of Independence? No, wait a minute. Declaration. I can't really read that. But there's the Emperor, a legend in his own mind. And here, so for the Hierophant, we have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who is teaching us the way, who is showing us the spiritual road, the high road. Look at the light that he's pointing at. He has been to the mountain. All right. I'm going to apologize in advance for any tears that I may burst into, because this deck is hitting me in the feels. So I don't remember their first names, but this is the Lovings, the Loving versus, was it versus the U.S.? I think it might have been versus a state, but this is the couple that got the case before the Supreme Court that struck down the ban on interracial marriage, and they are the lovers. Isn't that amazing? The Chariot. Oh, westward ho. So I'm sure that's not a specific person. I'm going to keep this open so I can refer quickly. Yeah, there's no specific person here. Elizabeth Warren, the Strength card, and the lemniscate around her says, nevertheless, she persisted. Wonderful. And you know, even as time goes on and we get through this phase that we're in, Goddess willing, these things are going to resonate. Nevertheless, she persisted. She kept pursuing what she was going to pursue, no matter how grumpy the other side got. Oh my God, this is absolutely exquisite. There's Bernie with the Hermit's light. I mean, it's a wonderful choice, because here's Bernie, the voice crying in the wilderness, standing alone for the progressives and just, you know, sticking to his guns, shining the light. Absolutely wonderful. And here's the Wheel of Fortune. What I'm noticing is we don't have numbers on these cards, so just a detail. America First, and above there's Pat and Vanna, and above the wheel it says alternative facts. Wow. And then RBG as a young woman, and as she was when she passed away, retired, holding up the sword of justice and the scales with her cat collar. Couldn't be any better. Oh, wait, okay, wait, whoa. Oh, looky. There's 2 justice cards. What do we say here about this? All right, the positive meaning indicates someone who is ethical, fair, and truthful. Another meaning would be to expect a positive outcome with any legal decision you are awaiting. The negative side of the card signifies a person who is unethical, untruthful, and consequences for their actions will arise. If you are awaiting a legal decision, it will not be in your favor. Justice Brett Kavanaugh was appointed to the Supreme Court by President Trump in 2018. Accusations of sexual misconduct were alleged, and he was appointed after a contentious Senate hearing. Justice Kavanaugh represents the card scowling and holding his favorite beer as Lady Justice stands behind him with the scales of justice askew. Wow. You know, it's interesting that there are 2 of them. So, I mean, when they talk about positive and negative, usually that's upright and reversed. But I guess to get that, you would have to have both of those cards in the deck. And the Hanged Man is John Kennedy. Look at the flag upside down. Wow. Death. There's a Klan member with a modified hood and a Confederate flag. Temperance. Is this Sacagawea? Is my guess. Nope. They don't name her. This lovely and serene Native American woman calmly pours water from one jug to another while standing in a brilliant lake. Okay. Beautiful image. Here's the devil. Is that Steve Bannon? But the shirt's wrong. He wears two collared shirts over top of each other, over top of a t-shirt. So they missed that. But yes, it's Steve Bannon. It says deceiver here. And look at these people just crash into the ground. Wow, look at the cross burning. And look at the tower. So this is the card that started it all. What a perfect matchup. Look at the money falling down. And, when exactly did this deck come out? Do we have a copyright date? I don't know. We don't. This really is bare bones. I wish I knew when it was created. Oh, 2016. And did it say how long? At any rate, 2016. So things have moved quite a bit since this deck was inspired. And it still rings true, considering he's just going broke with all of these lawsuits and not paying lawyers. Okay, here's the star, the Statue of Liberty. Again, I'm looking up. Okay. The star, hope. Look at the ship coming in. And yes, she represents hope. Here's the moon. This is, who is this? It's, let's see. I can't remember his name. Comey, James Comey. FBI director that did the quid pro quo investigation that we thought was going to take him down. All right, here's the sun. I'm sorry, that S looks an awful lot like a G. I looked at it and saw the gun. That's a bummer with a little child there, but also another interesting. Anyway, this is the sun, and look at this beautiful child in the blazing bright sunlight with the flag flying. Joy. Here's judgment. Oh, rise up. The one that comes to lift all others up. Okay, so the symbolism alludes to the biblical resurrection. Card depicts the end of the evil of slavery as an angel breaks the chains of a man who has spent his entire life enslaved. And here's the world. So she's just, clearly this is a First Nations woman, and she's sitting holding the globe. There's a shooting star, a meteor, a comet in the background. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look, Maya Angelou. Look at the dove. The dove out of, I know why the caged bird sings. Oh. This is gonna, yeah. So the dove is out of the cage. My eyes are burning. Two of Cups. So here's a couple. Oh, and we start with swords here. All right, well, let me see. Let me get to the cups just so I can refer when I need to. All right. Oh my God, Stephen Colbert. I miss him so bad. Him and Seth Meyers. I'm going to cry for a whole different reason. I cannot wait until they get this SAG-AFTRA strike resolved. Start, just cave in, companies. They're going to break you. Anyway, I used to get a lot of my news from these guys because they would talk about actual events and then you get it with a healthy dose of humor. And I have thought so many times about how incredibly frustrating and sad it is that these guys can't be doing their thing. I wonder if they're just home writing the jokes anyway, just because they got to get it out of their system, but that they have not been able to do what they do during these times is just tragic. Hi, Stephen. I miss you, bud. And here's, ooh, Mike Pence. What's the cow? The cow has a label on it. What's going on here? The model is Mike Pence, a conservative Republican, evangelical Christian, sits under a tree with arms crossed, ignoring a golden cup being offered to him. The golden calf alludes to the biblical story of worshiping a golden idol and symbolizes the shallow and vain president that Pence serves. And let's remind ourselves that he is also shallow and vain. He's just not absolutely barking mad. Wow, this is a two-faced calf. I'm confused about that a little bit. And oh, here's the fourth cup that's being offered. It's very small. Anyway, 5 of Cups, Abraham Lincoln. Look at the Civil War. The soldiers facing each other down and the loss, just the profound loss of life. And here's the 6 of Cups. So, loving memories. These are the hippies, the counterculture, the flower children. So yes, memories, looking back. Here's the 7. Oh, who this? Oh, conspiracy theory. Alex Jones. This is Alex Jones. So yeah, I mean, if you just look at how these current images can really illuminate what the standard meanings of the tarot are, here's all these things coming up out of these cups. You know, there's a hypodermic, so there's the vaccine, and the devil, and a snake, and a mushroom cloud, gold, and there's a frog. I'm not sure what the frog is about, and I'm not sure what's in the middle cup. Oh, pizza in the middle cup. But it can talk about illusion and delusion and just all these, you know. And then we've got the person screaming about conspiracies. Just perfect. Here's the 8 of Cups. This is, don't remember his name. Let's see. Thank you, handy reference. John Kelly. So he was White House Chief of Staff. And he's walking away, as he did. And here's the 9 of Cups. Look. Oh. The wish card, and we have people, man, woman, children, fireworks going off, joy. This is what we want. We want to be able to celebrate our country together. And here's the 10 of Cups. Oh, is this like Ozzie and Harriet? Grandma, it doesn't name. But, you know, this is the happy card of the extended family. And look, it's like in the 50s by her dress. And so the edge to this card, you know, usually 10 of Cups is just happy family, and that's all there is to it. But the edge to this is that, you know, everybody's looking backwards. Can we go back to this time when women were repressed and men could get away with so much more? So pretty exquisite. There's Joe. Very interesting because Marianne at Revealing Light uses the King of Cups as Joe Biden card. He is a Scorpio, so water. King of Water. There's his dogs. And then, so we have 2 Kings of Cups. We have Joe Biden, and we have W with his paints. Look at the 2 towers. Okay, I want to see, are the courts separate? Let's see here. Yes, the court cards are separate. Sorry. All right, here we go. So, King of Cups is represented by George W. Bush. And, all right, hold on. This mature man, as a positive figure, is kind and is a good listener. He's also emotional, tends to lead with his heart. As a negative figure, this king can lose control of his emotional stability and can become overwhelmed and easily manipulated. King of Cups is represented by President George W. Bush, who was president from 2001 to 2009. He was president during the terrorist attacks, initiated the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, now enjoys life as a former president, creating art. He is shown evaluating his artwork while the Twin Towers loom behind him. They do not mention Joe Biden. So obviously, since this deck was made before Biden was president, they have added a King of Cups, which is much appreciated. And then here we have Barbara Bush. Right? Yes, Laura Bush. Sorry, Barbara was his mom. Laura Bush. And then we have the Prince of Cups. That looks like Bobby Kennedy. Yes, it is Bobby Kennedy. So when you think about the Prince of Cups, which would be the Knight, yes, maybe, yes, having something to offer, representing an opportunity. He was bringing us a vision, and, you know, and that got cut short. Anyway, is that Oprah? Hello, Oprah, the Princess of Cups. All right, Pentacles. Let me get to the section here. All right. There's the Ace. So we have like one of the fat cats, perhaps an oil baron or someone, and, you know, because this looks like the beginning of the century, Model T Ford. All right, Henry Ford is who that is. Ace of Pentacles, talking about being an entrepreneur, starting something, you know, business-wise. Here's the Two of Pentacles, Arnie, and a bear. Okay, I'll go a little bit faster now. The Three, this is this Ansel Adams? Yes, it is. Taking pictures in the national parks. Here's the Four, Mitch McConnell. Hey, he's looking good here. They need to update it because he's looking like a, you know, dead man walking right now. Look at the tortoise. Slow moving Mitch. Unless he's can get what he wants done. Five of Pentacles. This must be the Dust Bowl. Yes, it is. The Dust Bowl that happened because we took the prairie grasses off the prairie and it destroyed everything. And here's Jimmy. Look at the Six of Pentacles. It's Jimmy Carter. Literally, bless his heart, not the southern type of bless your heart. Bless his soul. Let's put it that way. Habitat for Humanity. Look at him taking care of the children. Oh my goodness. And here's, use red rum in a sentence. Here's T. Is this Dave Barry? It's the what? The Seven. Oh no, it's Stephen King. Okay, that was my first guess, but then I looked at it again and thought Dave Barry. It's because it's a very young picture of him. Here's Teacher. Okay, here's Johnny. I get the references now. So there's the Seven of Pentacles. A test. Review. Red rum. That should have given it away, duh. And here's the Eight of Pentacles. Is that Nikola Tesla? Yes, it is. I'm really proud that I'm knowing as many of these as I know. Wow, the Master. You know, I was watching someone the other day, and I've always looked at the Eight of Pentacles as the apprenticeship card or the practice card or just getting your hands on the tools, sitting down and working. And the Three is more like mastery, but they were talking about this being the master that is actually creating, not making plans. So that certainly is reflected there. And here's, it's not Jane Goodall, Diane Fossey? It is Diane Fossey. I thought Diane Fossey Yeah, it was the gorilla one, Jane Goodall. Oh, so maybe that's just a baby gorilla. Jane Goodall works with chimps. And okay, let's go back here. Nine of Pentacles, a woman in her garden, in the jungle. And then the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, there's Camelot. John Kennedy and his wedding to Jackie and Bobby. And is that the elder Kennedy? Wait a minute. Kennedy patriarch stands in front of those. So yes, that's got to be Joe. All right. Ronnie. Oh, the King of Pentacles is Ronnie Reagan. Wow. Can that even have a positive meaning? And there is only one King of Pentacles here. He's the one that tanked our fucking economy forever, good and forever. And there's Nancy. Just say no. The Prince is Don Jr. Oh, lordy lord, this is funny. And then we have Ivanka. Ooh. I mean, it's a shame that there is such negative, but boy, if you want to use this deck to read about current events or what's going to happen in all the cases, holy shit, you guys. This is Swords. I got to go back. All right. This is Robert Mueller. Okay, no, wait, James Comey was the FBI. Robert Mueller was the one that did the investigation into the quid pro quo thing. Okay. Thought he looked familiar. It's funny, I had those two guys rolled into one for some reason. The Two of Swords is Second Amendment. Look at this. There's the Constitution. And look at the crossed guns. Oh my. Will we ever wake up? It's not wake up. Will we ever get control away from them? Three of Swords. Oh, this is at the border. Look at Stephen Miller. This is one of my most hated. This man terrifies me. This man, anyway, Stephen Miller, who was one of Trump's biggest quackers in his ear, his flapper and fluffer. And here we have children at the border, separated from their parents. Oh my God. Here's the four. So we have, is that like Florence Nightingale? Clara Barton, that's it. Here's the five. This card indicates conflicts and backstabbing. Priebus, Reince Priebus, and Scaramucci. He was communications director for 7 whole days. And then Six of Swords. There is Harriet Tubman. Oh, what an exquisite image. Six of Swords going across troubled waters, ferrying people, moving them from the south to the north into safe territory. It's just wonderful. And this is Michael Cohen, the Fixer. The Fixer Church. Oh my God, look at the Capitol. The Capitol building with an onion dome. Holy shit. And here's the 8. Oh, this is Scotty? Is his name Scott? 7, 8. Spicer. Sean Spicer. That's it. Spicy. The 9 of Swords. Oh, it's a tornado. So we're out in the west again, like Oklahoma. And the nickname for this card is the Nightmare card. Yeah, a tornado draws near. As the terrified family watches the approach, they do not know if the tornado will pass them by or hit their house. Oh my God. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. 10 of Swords, January 6th. The day our Capitol building, our government was attacked by its own people. King of Swords is Obama. So, you know, what's the swords? It's clarity, it's mental acuity. It's being a mental master. And he certainly is. Thank you for your service, my good sir. And look, he's got a lei on, and he's in Hawaii. That's awesome. And here's the Queen. It's got to be Hillary. I'm kind of bummed that they separate the court cards because I've got to go back and forth a lot. Let's see here. All right, the Queen of Swords. Sorry, looking in the wrong one. Former First Lady. Yes, so this is Hillary. Sometimes I just can't tell, you know, the artwork, but it certainly is. And again, the most highly qualified person, man or woman, to ever run for the office of President of the USA. So qualified. Here's the Prince of Swords. Is that Jared? Yes, it's got to be Jared. Yep. Mr. Kushner. So I will back up from that. And Sarah Cockeyed Sanders. That's the princess. Look at the Ace of Wands. The shuttle being launched. That's a wonderful image. Talk about innovation, science, reach, aim, goals, creativity. Wow. And here are the Wright brothers for the Two of Wands. Ugh. I knew he was coming up in here somewhere. Fucking Musk. Oh, somebody had a nickname for him the other day, and what was it? Elongated Muskrat, I think, which is pretty funny. Ugh. What a piece of work. Oh, look. Oh, look. Look at their bromance. Oh, my God. It's perfect. Obama and Biden. You could just tell how much they loved each other. Wonderful. The Five of Wands. Conflict. Okay, who are these dudes? Who this? All right, now I gotta find the wands. Cups. Pinnacles. All right, here we go. The Five of Wands. Oh. Rudy. That's Rudy. Although he looks a lot younger and even maybe less insane, I'm not sure. Rudy and Lev Parnas. Wow. There's George Washington, the Six of Wands, victory. Yeah. And then Nancy Pelosi on the 7, standing her ground. She was such a strong leader. And then we have the 8. Neil Armstrong on the moon. I can't imagine better selections for these cards with these images. And there's Michael Caine, not Michael Caine. I can't, hold on. My worlds are colliding. McCain, John McCain. Michael Caine's an actor. Anyway, John McCain, service member. He was a POW for 5 years in Vietnam. He stood for democracy. He stood against the crazies in his own party. Wow. 10 of Wands. Look at the burden they're carrying. These are the people that grow and pick our food. These are the people, the immigrants, legal or illegal. These are the people without whom we wouldn't be eating. And when they want to keep all the immigrants out and, close the borders and all this stuff, and there weren't immigrants to fill those jobs, regular Americans didn't want them. It's backbreaking work, literally. And look at a black man, and he's picking cotton. So we're talking about enslavement, and this is enslavement too, because a lot of these workers are in the country illegally, and there's a big sword hanging over their head if they don't do what they're asked to do. There's Bill Clinton with his cat as the King of Wands. And there's Michelle. Is that Michelle Obama? It's got to be Michelle Obama. Yes. The likeness is just off a little bit, but yes, of course it's Michelle. And then we have, oh God, what's this little whiny ass Eddie Munster? Okay, hold on. Prince. Okay. This is Paul Ryan. And this is it's Kamala. Okay. And they have, they've done the likenesses. Sometimes they're like bang on, but they are artist renderings, and they are, keeping away from copyright infringement, so you can tell who it is, but not quite. Like they said, these are not copyrightable images. And she is the Princess of Wands. Good grief, I just finished the flip through, and we're 45 minutes in. Oh my God. But the deck is such a delight. I mean, it is so relevant and pertinent and just bang on. I'm going to be able to get a reading out of it. I'm just going to do a 3-card because I don't want to spend too much time. I thought for a hot second I wouldn't do a reading after, but that's what we do. We test drive them. So let's do that. Let's do a blessing. And as this deck represents our country and its current troubles, its history, its past, and its current troubles, I am offering this blessing to the whole of our country and all of our citizens. May we weather the storm, and may all of these public servants who have given their lives up to serve, may all of their efforts come to fruition. So by air and fire, may you be purified and charged. By water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. I don't think that's burning anymore. It's okay. I gotta close this up or I will spill it. All right. And by the sound of the bell, may the spirit awaken within you. I know I lit that charcoal. And my guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, thank you for being here. Thank you for safeguarding our country. Help us through. No, it's burning. I offer you fresh water. I offer the fire of Azrael to you, to the spirit of divination, to this deck. So mote it be. Now, I'm not going to be able to riffle shuffle this. I'm going to split it in half and do that kind of a riffle just to see like what the card stock's like. And then I will just... Okay, not bad. If it weren't so damn big, you could shuffle it. Okay, so I'm going to focus in. Tavia said she did not have a question. So we are going to ask a question for the collective. And, also with Tavia in mind. Just 3 cards. 3 cards tell me where we're at and how we're doing. at this moment in time. This is a deck, obviously, that's not going to age well because it is so topical. And, 10 years from now, hopefully, we won't remember these people. All right, now I'm just going to cut, shuffle, and then I'm going to split and pull. All right, so how we doing, how we doing, how we doing? I mean, I don't know even how to frame a question. As I start playing with it, I'm going to ask some pretty pointed questions about current events, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right. Just give me 3, please. What do we need to know right now? There's 1. There's 2. I would like a major, please. And I got 7 of swords. Okay, we'll put that there, but I do want, let's just go off the top, and I want to see, we'll take the first major that comes up. Off the top, taking them off the top, and we get the Empress. She flipped herself over. I don't know if you could see that. All right, so let's go. So we have Rudy and Lev Parnas, we have Bill Clinton, and we have, who was that again? Oh, Michael Cohen, the fixer. All right, 5 of Wands. They're in a funky order. All right. This card represents conflict, a battle of egos, and aggression. This conflict is unproductive and draining, and you need to guard against combativeness in yourself and watch out for others displaying aggression. This card features President Trump's attorney and former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani with his associate Lev Parnas, who gave evidence of Giuliani's wrongdoing in a financial scandal. A fire has broken out near the American embassy in Ukraine as Giuliani and Parnas duel before us. Wow. Okay, so contention. And they don't, they just give the whole thing. They don't separate out keywords and stuff. So King of Wands, back to this section. And they have all the kings together, the queens together, so on. This is a man full of charm, energy, and enthusiasm for life, and a man that has Neptune, Venus, and Mars in his first house. You think he was a little bit addicted to the chase and the conquest? I do. All right. Anyway, sorry for that side quest there. He is great at communicating with others and able to inspire those around him to produce positive change. Negative aspects of the King of Wands can be a tendency to be arrogant and unreliable. The card, yes, a slave to your passions. The card is represented by President William Bill Clinton, who served as president from 1993 to 2001. He was known for his charisma, outgoing personality, and his skill at stabilizing the economy. President Clinton was the second president in history to be impeached. The charge was for lying under oath about a sexual scandal. Oh, the good old days when you could lie about a sexual scandal and get impeached. As he was acquitted, he served out his second presidential term. Our card depicts him in front of the White House, his cat socks in his lap, an American eagle is perched on the throne, and there are broken wedding rings at the top of his wand. Okay, so we have Mr. Charming here. But the King of Wands is an effectual man. It's a man who can get things done, right? Passion, drive, get it done. Then we have 7 of Swords. This card is an alert to be aware of deception, lies, and other unethical conduct in your life. It is a warning to be discerning. And I mean, we've got the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Swords. All right, let me back up. Sorry. It's a warning to be discerning of people and situations around you. Michael Cohen is portrayed in this card. He served as a personal lawyer for Donald Trump from 2006 until in August 2018 when he pled guilty to criminal activity. After all those years of performing unethical and illegal acts for the president, he eventually gave evidence against Trump. Michael Cohen, they say President Trump. He's not a president anymore. Trump, and he never was to begin with. Anyhow, Michael Cohen is shown sneaking near the Capitol, clutching his swords as he nervously looks behind him. All right, getting away with things, doing somebody else's nefarious bidding. King of Wands in the middle here could be the one that shines light on things. So maybe, and you know, because there is a specific person on so many of these cards, it is harder to say, oh, this card is talking about so-and-so. But King of Wands here could also be Jack Smith. I'm thinking maybe King of Swords might be better for that in a current context. And then we've got Melania. We already read the Empress. So 5 of Wands. We've got Giuliani embroiled in his crap. We've got Michael Cohen, who now, very, very interesting, because, you know, somebody getting away with something and somebody else is bidding, but he turned. So betrayal is another keyword for the 7 of Swords. And he betrayed Trump, you know, which was the right thing to do. I mean, I don't know that I can really weave a reading out of this. I feel like my brain is straining, and we're at almost an hour to begin with. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to let you put things down below as to what you think of this. To me, right now, it's a little too topical, and I'm having a hard time, like, just getting a general reading out of it. I mean, well, maybe not. If we go contention, betrayal, someone who's shifty but gonna do the right thing ultimately in the middle of it. And then we've got the Empress down below of maybe we're talking about women here and the power of women in what's going on. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong way. Let's do this. There's the Family and there's the Fool. Foolish to think we could go back to this. I mean, you could get certainly a very topical reading out of it, and I'm not going to go there. But I want to know what you think. Oh, Tavia, I'm so happy. This was such a delight, and it is going to be incredibly interesting to play with in the coming times. Wow. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you would like to support the channel, there's an Amazon wish list below. If you buy me a deck off that list, I will read for you on my unboxing video. There's a couple other links too where you can send a donation for one time, or you can join my Patreon. It's just $3 a month. If you can't do any of those things, click like and subscribe, because I like having you aboard and I love to engage. I will see you again on my next video or live stream. Until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.